Welcome to this first Monday in the month of November as we take time to get motivated on this Monday morning. I'm George Davis and welcome to November. This is the month of Thanksgiving, the month of gratitude, the month that we take time to really show appreciation for how good God has been to us. And one of the things that we are hopefully thanking God for is the people He's placed in our lives. Last month, we talked about these 8 relationships that every leader needs. And we have 3 more of them this month that I want to cover as well to round out that full number of 8. So we've talked about Nathan and Jonathan and Timothy and Peter and Paul and Barnabas, who is our encourager. And today I want to talk about one that's a little bit different than the rest of them. This is the person in the Bible known as Zacchaeus. If you remember the story where Jesus is walking down the street and he encounters this man up in a tree, a short rich man who's up in a tree, who climbed up into this tree so he could see Jesus. Jesus looks up to him and says, "Zacchaeus, come down here today. I need to come to your house." Comes to his house and they have this wonderful encounter, this meal. And by the time he's done, Zacchaeus is so convicted by the presence and love of Jesus Christ that he makes restitution for money he's taken it as a tax collector. And everybody in his house makes a commitment that they're ready to come to the Lord. That's a relationship, a Zacchaeus, that we need to have in our lives. What's the big deal about this Zacchaeus? Well, he's the person in your life that has been rejected and even in some cases hated by other people. Because when you go back and you study the role of the tax collector, the Jews were submitted to Rome, which means the Romans could set the tax at whatever they felt like they could set it at and get away with it. And in the Jewish communities in particular, they didn't hire Romans to send them in there. They found Jews who were willing to come and work for the Roman government. So the Jewish tax collectors like Zacchaeus were considered, Benedict Arnolds, traitors of sorts. That they were Jews, but they were working for the Roman government, many times extorting money out of the Jews to then turn around and turn the portion back over to Rome. So Zacchaeus was hated among his own people, rejected among his own people, yet when Jesus encounters him, Jesus didn't push him away. He drew Zacchaeus near to him and actually changed his life and changed his whole family's life because he was willing to encounter somebody that everybody else was turning away from. What does that teach us? It teaches us this lesson. Don't settle into this elitist brand of Christianity. Don't have this mindset as a leader that I'll only rub elbows and be close to people who can benefit me or are the top-notch folks in the city or the country. Be willing to have relationship with people that God brings by your path. Because sometimes God will bring people by your path that may not be able to benefit us in any way, may not be on anybody's Fortune 500 list of top pastors or leaders in these areas, but they're people that God absolutely wants us to care for, even though other people have turned their backs and rejected them. The last thing, I'm sure the question's kind of going on in your mind, well, why do I need a Zacchaeus? I mean, I can see why I need a Barnabas. I can see why I need a Timothy even in my life to help pull up. Why do I need a Zacchaeus? I mean, why is it necessary? I can see that maybe God wants me to help a Zacchaeus. Why do I need that? Well, we need that so that we don't ever get to the place as pastors or as leaders where we settle into this arena of just prosperous ease, where we only do things that are convenient for us. Having a relationship with a Zacchaeus, many times, it makes us inconvenience ourselves. It makes us press past what we want to do, press past the opinions of other people to see something good in that person to help bring it out. One of the sins of Sodom and Gomorrah that we don't talk about, we talk about the sins that are obvious, but one of the sins that Ezekiel says that Sodom and Gomorrah fell into was the sin of prosperous ease. They only got addicted to stuff that was easy, convenient, and comfortable. Zacchaeus helps to keep us from getting in that place. God bless. Can't wait to see you next week.